So, as I mentioned before that track, Coach Powell is here in the studio to talk Bristol Aztecs and all things American football. Now, I saw you down there training the other day. You're definitely warming up for your season. When does it start?
So Aztec season kicks off in 3 weeks' time. So we've kicked things off with a nice little trip away to the London Blitz on Easter weekend. So that's April 21st. Then we've got a little bit of a break until we open up our home schedule. So May the 12th, we'll be just across the way there, hosting the Kent Exiles.
So, May the 12th, first home game. You play down at the Wise, so there's plenty of room down there for support. I've been down and watched. It's not as confusing as you think it's going to be when you get there.
No, it shouldn't be too bad. I think once you understand the basic rules, it's a pretty exciting sport to watch. Hopefully there'll be plenty of people around that can tie the rules and everything. So hopefully some good crowds this year to support the guys.
It is quite fun. I must admit I did quite enjoy it the couple of times I've been, and I'm slowly getting the hang of the number of times they're allowed to before they move down the pitch and things like that. That's confusing to start with.
It is, but I think some of it's the terminology. So once you think of it, once you start off and you've got the ball, you've basically got 4 attempts to get 10 yards. If you get those 10 yards, then you get another 4 attempts to get 10 yards, and you move your way down the pitch until you get into the end zone where you score a touchdown. So it's pretty similar to rugby league a little bit. Once you understand when they say 1st and 10, that means it's your first opportunity to get 10 yards. The terminology just confuses quite a few people.
Right, okay. I try not to listen to the terms. I try to just watch it. Still haven't quite got the hang of the flags. Flags go up for various reasons,
Absolutely.
which I haven't quite mastered yet, but there we go. Now, you've got 2 teams, yes?
Yep. We're one of the only 2 programs in the whole country that have got 2 teams, because we are the Bristol American Football program. So we've got the Bristol Aztecs, which play in the top division in the country, ranked about 7th, 8th in the country, have been running since 1991 in Bristol. We used to be based at the Bauer. We moved over to the college some years ago, so very successful. We won some division titles, national titles along the way. One of the playing in one of the hardest divisions in the UK. And then about 7 years ago, because there's so much interest in American football in the area, we started the Bristol Apache. So the Apache are our development team. They play in Division 2. They've had a lot of success over the last few years as well. Made a ball final, made some playoffs. And they're really open to any people who living in the area who just want to give it a go, who can come in and just try and play the sport. So, we've got 2 teams that really cater for anyone who wants to get involved in the sport.
How much of a link do you have with the college? Because they've got their own American football program, haven't they?
Yeah, very strong links. Head coach now is Ben Herod, who is the head coach of the Pride. Pride, for their age group, is like 18, sort of 21, 22s, are one of the top programs in Europe. They play the French national team, play some very good teams in Europe, play all the top universities in the UK. So we're working very closely. This season, I believe we'll have a high number of Pride players who will play Aztecs this year as well. So we're really trying to align all the football programs in the area, so we can all work closely to everyone's benefit.
Now, it doesn't really matter size-wise, does it, for American football? I think people have the impression, a bit like basketball, they think everybody's got to be 6'8". It doesn't really matter size and shape. It's similar to rugby, and there are positions for every shape.
Yeah, absolutely. American football is a really specialised sport, and there are positions for anyone. So if you're a big guy, strong guy, you can play in the offensive or defensive lines, or you could play linebacker. If you're a guy that's played a bit of rugby, is used to running with the football, you could play running back. If you're a fast guy, smaller but faster, you could play wide receiver, defensive back. if you're a kicker, you know, we've got opportunities for kickers and punters. So really, as long as you're fairly, you know, athletic or fairly big or fairly strong, we'll find a position for you on the field.
Right. Now, you've got a women's team as well.
Absolutely, very excited about that. Literally been running like 7 weeks. So Bristol being a real big hub of American football, we thought this was the next logical step in the expansion of the program. So the Bristol Amazons have been going for about 7 weeks. So we've got about 10 players at the moment, but really looking to expand on that and getting some more, you know, people interested. So, you know, anyone who might be playing rugby at the moment, anyone who just fancies to give it a go, you know, really welcoming atmosphere. So, you know, they're, you know, training 2 p.m. on Sunday at the college. So really want to get the name out there that, you know, we have got a women's team now, and we're really keen to recruit players.
So rugby season's coming to an end, so I would have thought there were a lot of girls out there. It's great to they'd be keeping their fitness going, ticking over in that off rugby season.
Absolutely, it's a great way to keep fit, have some fun. I know they do a lot of social stuff as well, so, you know, just really good way to meet new people, play a new sport. Come along and try it. You know, you've really got nothing to lose. So you're really looking to build that up with the, you know, with the success we've had with the men's teams, looking to replicate that with the women's team as well.
What about all the equipment that goes with it? Because it must be quite expensive, some of this padding and helmets and all that.
Yeah, it is. We have got quite a healthy stock of equipment. So, you know, we encourage people to buy their own, because it's like anything. You know, if you want to, your own stuff is more comfortable than borrowing stuff. But we have got stuff that we will lend out and people can come and try it. You know, try a few sessions, make your mind up. If you want to get involved and you want to commit to the season, then we encourage you to buy stuff. But we have definitely got equipment that, you know, you can borrow.
Now, a lot of people I know who play rugby say they can't understand why you need the equipment. Is it to do with the fact that you're allowed to hit people who aren't holding the ball, basically?
Yeah, so one of the rules that, you know, one of the things that is different from rugby and American football, both of which are very, very physical, you know, sports involve a lot of contact. But one of the things you've got in American football is the blocking rules. So you are allowed to block players who haven't got possession of the football. Plus, I think with more and more sports science, you know, more becoming aware of things like concussions, you know, player safety is obviously very important. So, you know, that's why the guys are wearing the equipment, especially with head injuries now. So, you know, it really is very important you wear a good, well-fitted helmet. But they're two different sports. I mean, rugby is a continuous sport where you're going all the time for 60 minutes and you don't stop. American football is stop, start, stop, start. So all the collisions and hits in American football are done 100% full speed. So, you know, they are two slightly different sports, but the equipment is definitely needed in American football.
How heavy is it? Is it going to impede you if you're used to running fast without...
It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is obviously moulded to the player. So once you've worn it a couple of times, then you really get used to it quite easily. The knee pads, thigh pads, things like that, shoulder pads, they really aren't that big and they don't encumber you. The NFL guys are, you know, some of those guys are world-class NFL sprinters, you know, speeds, you know, go really fast, and they can go really fast still wearing the equipment. It's just a question of getting used to it. Same like wearing a, you know, motorcycle helmet or any other equipment. It's just a question of getting used to it.
So transferring skills, you're thinking of skills from what sort of sports are you looking for?
Well, there are a lot of transferable skills. Obviously, rugby is the key one because, you know, they're both sports that involve running and tackling. So rugby players we find can transfer quite easily. But, you know, if you're a really big guy that doesn't really play a lot of other sports, you know, you could come and be a lineman. If you're a guy that does a lot of weight training, you know, obviously we can use guys that are strong for tackling and blocking. If you're a sprinter, you know, maybe you've done some track, speeds, you know, very highly involved in the game. But really, any good athletes, you know, we can find a position for you. Basketball players, you know, football players, rugby players, ice hockey, baseball. You know, if you're generally pretty fit, we'll teach you the rules. We'll coach you up. We've got a lot of qualified coaches, some of the better coaches in the country. So we'll get you to a position where you can be competitive on the field.
Well, all sounds very, very positive. So let's go through just quickly how, if somebody's sitting here listening to that thinking, I've always wanted to go at that, or yeah, that would keep me going in the off season, how do they get in touch?
So there are a couple of ways. We're very active in social media. So we've got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just you do a search on there for Bristol American Football, and you'll find Aztecs, Apache. You'll find us, and there'll be ways to contact us on there. Alternatively, we are at the college, SGS College Wise campus. We're there every Sunday from 1 p.m. If you come along, you'll see enough people with Bristol American Football clothing on. Just go up and talk to someone. We'll send you in the right direction.
Yeah, there's certainly, if you sort of go down, I know I was down watching Bristol City Women, and there were lots of people walking in and out, so just grab someone.
Absolutely.
Now, is it free to come and watch if supporters want to turn up?
Yep, absolutely free. Free admittance. Come along, watch the game, enjoy it. Hopefully, most of our games are in the summer, so we should have some nice weather. Hopefully, and the guys really appreciate it when we get a decent home crowd there.
Yeah, it's we don't have cheerleaders yet, though, do we?
We don't have cheerleaders yet. No, not yet. But if we get enough supporters there, we might need to put some entertainment on.
Right, that sounds good. So if you're a cheerleading club out there as well and you fancy doing a bit of practice, the Aztecs would love to have you at their home games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Amazons, do they get in touch at the same place?
Same place, yep. So, great facility over the college there. So the Amazons are currently practicing indoor. So, if you were worried about training with men or training with the Aztecs or Apache, even on the same field, the Amazons are currently training indoor in their own time slot, completely on their own, with their own dedicated coaches. So, it really is a welcoming environment. Everyone's welcome. Come along. I know, we've got a pretty committed but small group at the moment, but we're just really looking to grow that group and make this something special.
Right, and just quickly, your first home game again?
First home game for the Aztecs is May the 12th. The week after, the Apache will open their home schedule on the 19th. Okay,
thank you very much for coming in. Anything else you need to say?
I just want to say as well, if you're under 18, any ages from 8 to 18, the college, as we mentioned, the Pride are one of the better teams around, but they're also offering the community league options. So anyone local in the area under 18s, there are flag options for both boys and girls, kitted football options. Again, just get in touch with the Pride guys on Facebook online, and they'll point you in the right direction.
Oh, great. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.